Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome inside the First United Bank Center here in Canyon, Texas. It's time once again for some home basketball for West Texas A&M. The first game for you tonight features the Lady Buffs of WT against UT Permian Basin in a Lone Star Conference matchup. I'm Lucas Kinsey. Glad to be back here inside the FUB with my broadcast partner, Kent Johnson. Kent, it's been a while. West Texas A&M, a long road trip of 2 weeks. Seemed like it was longer than that. And first for the women, as we look at West Texas A&M, they dropped 3 of 4 on the road. We don't see that very often, but in that road stretch, they had some struggles, not only scoring the ball at times, but also stopping teams, which is a little bit of a surprise on the season. They still are 16-6 overall, 9-5 in conference play.
And it wasn't necessarily defensive. That was the issue. The Lady Buffs had a tough time scoring. 52 points at Texas Women's, 54 at UT Tyler. Those are two good teams, but the Lady Buffs were thinking they were a good team as well, and then that led them up to Lawton, Oklahoma, where they had the loss at Cameron. Fortunately, they rebounded in their most recent contest at Midwestern State, scoring an 87-78 win. So at least they're coming into today's game on a winning note.
Yeah, the cameras were just on 2 of the freshman stars for WT this year, Kyla Kane and also Holly Stalder. And I want to talk about them here in just a little bit. Right now we've got UT Permian Basin that we're highlighting, the Falcons, led by head coach Ray Booth, as UTPB enters with a 10-11 overall record, 7-8 in LSC play, as they've been up and down a little bit, but they lost 63-50 against Eastern New Mexico last Saturday at the Falcon Dome. Head coach Ray Booth said they've had some injuries that they're having to try to overcome, but this is a big game for them tonight here on the road against WT.
Well, a win tonight would get them 500 in their overall season play. It would also get them 500 in conference play. If you look at the conference standings, the standings that matter is the overall conference standings, not the divisional standings. UTPB is at number 9 right now, and 8 teams get to go to Frisco for the postseason tournament. UTPB wants to get on a winning run here to finish out the year.
KJ, a big story coming into tonight, and we won't talk about it a lot, but we have to mention it before we get started. Zam Roberts for the Lady Buffs left the team. And that was a personal decision, family decision for her, so she's not on the roster. The Lady Buffs have to have some players obviously step up, as they'll be missing the services of the senior point guard, and that's what we were talking about with the players like Stalder, who had 21 points last week in that win over Midwestern State, and Kyla Kane into the starting lineup.
Yeah, you mentioned Kyla, the freshman from Wellington, gets her first start tonight. She's been playing real well.
All right, we'll have our national anthem. We'll have the starting lineups for you as WT gets set to try to defend this 23-game home winning streak tonight against UT Permian Basin.
As the Falcons of UT Permian Basin visit to face your West Texas A&M University Lady Buffs. Before introducing the players, fans, we ask at this time that you please stand as we honor our country and the brave men and women that protect it with the play of our national anthem presented today by the West Texas A&M University Band.
All right, we'll talk first here about the visitors from Odessa, Texas, the UT Permian Basin Falcons. Again, their head coach, Ray Booth, in her 5th season with the team, and the record is 10 wins, 11 losses on the season. Look at the starting lineups for UT Permian Basin, and a couple of players we want to talk about first Avalon Munoz. She's the leading scorer on the team for UT Permian Basin, 11 points a game, and really does it all even though she's a smaller guard. 92 assists, 52 steals, and crashes the boards as well. The other player to watch for inside is Alexis Quadman, and she's been with the team for several seasons, a very good athlete, taller player at 6'1". She's out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Coach Ray Booth said she's been playing really well of late. Three of the last four games, she's had double-doubles. So look for Quadman to have to step up her play. Again, remember the Falcons are missing two starters. They're without Andrea Mancha and also the toughness of the freshman Michaela Bingley, who broke her nose. And she's going to end up wearing a mask. She's just not ready tonight to go against the Lady Buffs. On the other side, as the lights go out, and we talk about this West Texas A&M team, Kent, Josh Prock, a lot of things going on with the team. They've lost 3 out of 4, but most recently they won, and he was really proud of their effort on the road against Midwestern State. It was a big win for the Lady Buffs, and he said, look, our team seems more focused right now than they have over the last several weeks, but I think what he's looking for tonight above anything else are the principles that he lives by, which is playing tough-nosed defense and just getting out there and crashing the boards.
Playing hard, plain and simple. You're coming off a player defection. Who's going to step up? May not be just one person, but you've got a role to fill. You've got to take care of business.
All right, we'll look at the starting lineup for the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M. Again, a 16-win, 6-loss record, 9 wins and 5 losses in conference play. And again, they still have one of the best guards in the Lone Star Conference at Carly Machenbacher, number 23, the sophomore from Moorhead, Minnesota. Also, they've got outstanding play from Asia Himer this year. Asia, the 5'8" sophomore out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. The new player into the starting lineup is Kyla Kane, 5'10" freshman from Wellington, Texas, 5 points a game, 2 rebounds. There's Nylan Fabach, post player inside, can knock down threes as well. 6'4" junior out of Boise, Idaho, 10 points a game, 7 rebounds for Nylan. And then Lauren Taylor, number 30, a 5'10" senior from Collierville, Tennessee. And Lauren's coming off of a really good game against Midwestern State as well. So WT will take on UT Permian Basin here tonight. Saturday, they'll welcome the number 20 team in the country in Angelo State. So these are 2 big games. And again, Kent, the familiarity of the First United Bank Center, WT has played lights out this year at home. And you hope that coming back home gets the team back on their feet.
Well, you definitely cannot get caught up in the looking ahead game right now. Angelo State is a huge game on Saturday, but if you don't play well tonight, Saturday's not going to matter at all. Lady Buffs are still in the mix for the conference championship. Make no mistake about it. But they've got some issues they're going to have to address, and we're about to find out how that's going to play out. Your officiating crew tonight, Travis Clark, Alika Arasumi, and Rebecca Scutero.
We're glad to have you joining us here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. The ball's tossed up by Travis Clark, controlled by UTPB, and they catch WT asleep. And an easy layup to start the game for Kamari Portales. Almost like the Lady Buffs weren't expecting that tip to be controlled by the visitors. It did, and it was an easy layup to start the game. First offensive possession for the Lady Buffs, and you'll see a travel there from Taylor. UT Permian Basin will mix up their defenses. They want to trap. They want to do a little bit of full court defense, but Coach Ray Booth knows as good as the Lady Buffs can shoot it, you got to be careful. They force a turnover on the first possession, though, and get the ball right back as Avalon Munoz starts it for the Falcons. They take a deep three-pointer off the mark, and Tabach is able to clear that one. His team last year, Falcons 8 wins, 20 losses. Already a couple more than on the win total than they had last season, so some improvement in Odessa. Nice drive, and a bucket is good for Asia Himer. And as good of a three-point shooter as she is, defenders run at her, so put her on the floor.
Yeah, the first time these two teams played, Asia had 15 points, courtesy of 5 of 5 three-pointers.
Ball goes inside to Quadman. She'll turn, have to wheel that shot up over the defense of the botch, and it's off the mark. Machenbacher races to the other end, scored a layup, and she was fouled. And you saw Carly last Saturday in the win over Midwestern State get the job done. She had 18 points, was 8 for 11 from the field. Also had 3 assists. That was just a good old-fashioned fast break play there for West Texas A&M. Beat the Falcons down the court, and Machenbacher rattles in the free throw to complete the 3-point play. It's a 3-point lead early here for West Texas A&M. Falcons have a couple of taller players in this starting lineup. They'll try to exploit some mismatches defensively against WT. Right now, Quadman starts to go to work. Pass back outside the three-pointer is short, as that one was taken by Morgan Helgeson. Lob pass into Thabach. Nice job. Took her time. Good footwork. Kept the ball high. You like to see those buckets early from Nylan Thabach. Pull-up jump shot, too strong. And it's tapped around, controlled into the hands of Lauren Taylor. And the ball slapped out of bounds will stay with West Texas A&M.
Good defensive reaction there. Morgan Helgeson coming in to deflect that pass. Carly was wide open on the wing.
You know, Kent, we were excited to get back to the First United Bank Center. Fans were excited as well, as already a good showing early here in the women's game. 2 games coming your way tonight. WT men, they're trying to get back on track after a loss last Saturday on the road at Midwestern State. They'll take on UT Permian Basin. We've had some great matchups over the years with those 2 teams.
Yeah, Lady Buffs turn it over there. Kyla Kane, anticipating a teammate flashing out, committed the turnover.
So ball back to the Falcons. They trail by 5 in the early going. So far the Falcons have, with the exception of that opening tip, or the tap I should say, not been able to get in the paint with much success. 7 seconds to shoot it. 3-pointer was short off the front rim from Munoz. In transition, a pull-up 2. Machenbacher left it short. Got her own rebound. Kane will try a 3, and she'll drain the 3 from downtown.
That's a pack-a-sack 3! Asia Hebert.
Carly Machenbacher gets her own rebound off the miss and didn't hesitate with that pass out to Kane on the wing.
Yeah, she knew exactly where Kyla was at, and Kane did the rest. The 3-pointer from the Falcons won't fall. They're cold early, and then a turnover as Helgeson steps on the line. A couple of subs sets check in here for UT Permian Basin. There's just something about coming back home, right? Got the fans supporting you. Smell the popcorn.
They're giving away free pizza out in the foyer, and I'm smelling the pizza, and no one's bringing us any.
It was a traveling violation against West Texas A&M. Yeah, a lot going on this week. Yesterday was signing day for the West Texas A&M football team with new head coach Josh Lynn. His first class, did a great job. Here's a 3-pointer fired up off the mark. Good offensive board, though, underneath by Allie Heyman. So the Falcons get another chance. Quadman, nice spin, but left the shot short. So you have football signing day. You're getting close to softball and baseball starting. They open up, both those teams do, on the road this weekend.
Yeah. The Buffs down at A&M International start up tomorrow. Lady Buffs playing in a tournament in New Mexico begin on Saturday. And Lady Buffs currently on a 10-0 run.
The runner is off the mark. Tracked down another offensive board, though, by the Falcons. And that'll lead to, well, thought it was going to be a layup. And right now a lid on the basket for UT Permian Basin. The Falcons 0 for their last 10. Scoring drought over 4 minutes. Strong drive by Himer. It won't fall, though. And a rebound ripped away by Quadman. Again, you like the drive from Himer, though. showing teams that not just an outside threat. Whistle and a travel against UT Permian Basin.
Wow.
Number 35.
So
Okay, UTPB shooting from the field. This is not a misprint, 9%.
Yeah, they made that first layup, Kent, and they have just struggled since that point. 4:59 to play here in the first quarter. Lady Buffs lead it by 8. You're watching Lady Buff basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center here as we've got 4:54 to play, opening quarter. Lady Buffs lead it 10-2. Kamira Decker on the floor along with Holly Stalder and Jayla Burgess. Stalder with a shot that just a little short.
Holly had 21 points off the bench last Saturday at Midwestern State. Coach likes the rotation with Holly coming off the bench. She's seen some starting time this year, but right now kind of juggling the rotation a little.
Well, that's pretty good if you can get 21 points off your bench. So good defense right now by the Lady Buffs, not allowing much for the Falcons. A drive, the layup is short. Jayla Burgess will get the rebound and dribble ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, there was an opening. Thought Jayla was going to take it all the way. Instead, she finds Carly.
Gets the assist.
For the nice three. Could have had two. Instead, we'll take three.
There you go. Good aggressive play from end to end by Jayla Burgess.
Falcons nearing a 6-minute scoring drought. And they're going to get another turnover, 3-second violation. So, Kent, that's what we said in the opening is what did Coach Prock want to see? He wanted to see strong defense.
Yeah, and he's seeing it. They've been smothering. It hasn't hurt that UTPB is not shooting well. They've missed very easy layups. But I like offensively. The passes are crisp. They're not wasting time dribbling the ball. It's one touch, take a shot. Lady Buffs currently shooting 55% from the floor. Here we have a foul called against the Falcons.
Yeah, that was a ticky-tack one there. Just ball got flipped away. And they said that Kamira Decker was hit on the wrist from Kiara Flugents.
Second team foul on UTPB.
3:35 to play, first quarter. Backdoor cut, ball turned over, but then turned right back to West Texas A&M. So one thing is you see Coach Prock talking to Holly Stalder. She's very aggressive, a good passer, but sometimes a little too aggressive. And there's been some games where she's had some turnover issues. But Coach Prock doesn't want to take that aggressiveness out of her.
I mean, for a freshman, she plays very strong. She's got a physical game.
Shot was missed by Machenbacher. Good rebound, though, by Decker. Leads to an open jump shot from Jayla Burgess. And good to see Jayla getting off to an offensive start there, extending this lead up to 13 points for WT. A 15-0 run over the last 6 minutes. That one is a wild shot attempt from
I think he had a block there by Kamira.
On the other side, the layup won't fall for Himer. The Falcons thought they wanted to run. Instead, they pull it out. Three-pointer from the left corner won't go for Kamari Portales. Shooting percentage down to 7 for the Falcons, and a travel called against Himer. She drug her foot. Two teams a little sloppy, 5 turnovers on each side in this quarter. The difference has been that the Lady Buffs have been able to put that little orange thing in the bucket.
Yeah, looking at the Falcons' shooting percentages, it takes me back to my days of mathematics, trying to figure out the decimal point. Is that tenths or hundredths or what? 7%, not 17, not 70. 7.
Don't ask me. I'm not the math guy, Kent. Reading and history. I do know that 3 was good right there. Knocked down in a much-needed bucket by Holly Himmeline, junior out of Denver City, Texas. That snaps that long scoring drought. Cuts the lead back to 10 with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Inside, ball goes to Decker. Nice. Was able to avoid the shot block and put that one in, getting a high percentage bucket. Kamira Decker. 17-5 lead here for WT. Another 3 in the corner. This time it won't go, but good hustle by the Falcons. They've gotten several offensive rebounds. Another chance for Himmeline. This one again won't go. Decker clears the rebound. And a steal. They were trying to throw that pass ahead. Avalon Munoz intercepts it. Falcons continue to fire up the threes, and only one of them has gone down. Pass goes ahead to Burgess. Nothing there. Too much dribbling. Somehow the Lady Buffs are going to keep it. Stalder will line up and hit the jump shot.
That was like a practice drill. Pick the ball up, shoot the ball. Stalder with her first bucket of the evening.
Lady Buffs lead this all-time series 14-1. They've won 13 in a row against the Falcons. Last time UT Permian Basin won was in November of 2014. That's a sweet shot right there. Good for Morgan Helgeson. Helgeson out of Denton, Texas, played at Denton Geyer High School. 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Oh, Taylor splits the defenders and scores inside.
Yeah, the only time the UTPB's women have defeated the Lady Buffs, UTPB was still in the Heartland, and that was back in the old Pack-a-Sack Thanksgiving Classic.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Kent, WT was coming off of the runner-up season where they went to the national championship game.
That was the season opening game.
All right, here's a three-pointer just before the shot. The horn sounds, and it's no good. So the Falcons ice cold in the first quarter, while WT is shooting 60% from the field. And that's why we've got a score of 21-7 after one quarter of play. We're back with more basketball action from the First United Bank Center after these messages.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Shows the Lady Buffs leading 21-7 as we start the second quarter of play. First quarter stats, Lady Buffs 9 of 15 from the floor, 60%. Falcons 3 of 20 for 15%. Lady Buffs have knocked down 2 of 4 threes. The Falcons just 1 of 11 from three-point range.
Okay, Jay, if you're head coach Ray Booth, what do you tell your team other than, hey, we got to knock down some shots?
Well, you're forcing turnovers. Lady Buffs have committed several turnovers to this point. Get down there. Keep doing what you're doing. You don't need to put up 11 three-pointers. They've missed too many easy layups.
Yeah. Starting the second quarter, actually switching back to a man-to-man defense, the Falcons. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Taylor goes to work, puts up a shot. Oh, thought that was blocked. They're going to call a foul against Morgan Helgeson.
Yep.
That whistled on Morgan.
It's her first.
Helgeson, that's her first personal.
That'll send Lauren Taylor to the line.
What do you think, Kent? This was close.
With an AOMS. 2-shot attempt. Lauren
I'm going to say the contact was arm on arm.
And Taylor, great free throw shooter, hits the first one. Nice job at the charity stripe. This Lady Buff team shoots at 75% from the line, which nowadays is pretty good. Their opponents shoot to 67%. Falcons offensively, see if they can get those shots in the paint. They go inside, and it won't go for Helgeson, but she gets her own rebound. And there's a layup that will go. And that's, to me, Kent, that's the player, if you're UT Permian Basin, that can get the job done inside is Quadman.
Yeah, she's averaging nearly 9.5 points, but 9.5 rebounds. Almost came up with a steal.
Good look to Kane. Her shot won't go, though, but I think that ball was touched by the Falcons. Offensive rebounds, a great number right now for UT Permian Basin. 6 offensive boards. They're just not converting enough for what head coach Ray Booth would like to see. Her team trailing by 14 points right now, early second quarter. Taylor wants the ball inside. She's going to get it. Thabach has the range. The shot was too strong. Offense will be set up here from Kamari Portales. Ball screen with 5 seconds to shoot. Perfect play. The only thing that wasn't perfect about it was the layup was missed. They do call a foul, though, but you run that pick and roll. The ball was doubled, and that's a great look. Great cut from Quadman. Great pass from Portales.
Asia Hamir picks up her first personal. Just a step late getting back here on the coverage.
Alexis Quadman.
And what you don't know there is that Asia's man, or was it Holly Stalder's?
Yeah.
Because they were both converging and half a step late.
Well, you're worried about that girl that's in the corner as the free throw is missed on the three-point line, but Coach Prock is most likely telling Holly, worry about the ball first because the ball scores, and if it's going inside the paint, we got to help. They're going to say that ball went out of bounds, and it's going to go back to UT Permian Basin. There's a look at Coach Prock. Strong drive. Wow, give that one to Portales. And Fearless going up against Thabach. Not worried about her shot getting blocked. Good defense up top against Kane, and then the whistle was blown. And foul goes against the Falcons. They call that against Portales.
Her second. Falcons second. And I think Josh Brock was a little upset there, too much dribbling. You think about that first quarter, how well the Lady Buffs played. It was all about crisp passes. Now they get the dribble-itis.
Yeah, Thabach will take one, a 2, missed it, good rebound. Taken in by Kane, and then she's hit and fouled.
Avalon Munoz. Her first.
Yeah, you're talking about too much dribbling. I don't know which coach came up with the phrase first, but I've heard it 1,000 times, can't dribble with a purpose.
Yeah. Which usually means towards the basket.
That's right. Three-pointer off the mark. Another offensive rebound for Lauren Taylor.
It's already 17 rebounds for WT in this game.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Kane tries to extend on that last step. Traveled.
UTPB ball.
And really that's the thing that is slowing WT down, are turnovers.
8.
Bench Channing D up. Offensively, they're going to get a 3. Missed, but Himer can't corral the rebound. It'll stay with UT Permian Basin. We are glad to be back here at home at the First United Bank Center. Glad to be back with our Thunder Vision production team. They do a great job for us on the cameras. Really throughout the entire season, volleyball, football, basketball, getting ready for softball and baseball. That pass nearly stolen, and Carly Machenbacher forces a foul.
Quadman literally goes into defensive mode there to knock that ball away, trying to prevent the turnover.
Yeah.
Gets whistled for the breach.
Alexis Quadman.
Yeah, you had the opportunity a week or so ago to work an ESPN 3 contest.
Yeah, ESPN Plus, Kent over at South Plains College, and that was a fun experience. I was telling our guys that, that was neat to see their production side, but also made me feel very fortunate to know what we have here, at the Division II level, some of the best production crew with Thunder Vision. There's 9 seconds left to shoot. Lauren Taylor, strong drive. Defender fell down. And Taylor bangs in the jump shot. Our director tonight is Jacob Griffin. And we are glad to have you with us here. WT, glad to be back home. Trying to keep their home winning streak alive. It's at 23 games right now. The Falcons will try a 3, and this time it's good for Holly Himmeline.
It's her second 3. 6 points in the game.
$18 seconds on the shot clock. Taylor's open. A good look. Just won't fall. And a nice rebound by Kiara Flugents. So really, considering how poorly UT Permian Basin has shot the ball in this first half, Kent, it's not bad. They're only down by 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like they've turned the ball over a lot and trailed by a lot, but the reality is Lady Buffs have committed more turnovers, and the Falcons are only down, like you say, 10.
Diavian Spencer is going to go to the free throw line. You see there on the replay, Thabach wanted to block the shot, and she ran right into the shooter, knocked her down. And Spencer makes the first free throw. Can cut it to an 8-point lead if she can make this second free throw. The lefty takes a quick release, hits it. Something about watching a left-handed, whether the shooter, pitcher, quarterbacks, just pretty. Is that one of those things? Here's a 3 from Himer. That's good. Splashed in from way downtown. I was going to say, Kent, the left-handed thing, that may be one of those deals like if you have blue eyes, you wish you had brown eyes. Like, it just looks cool to do things left-handed. There's a left-handed layup that Munoz would have liked to go in. It popped out. It's an 11-point lead for West Texas A&M. Kane up top. Again, she started tonight for the Lady Buffs. And has made a 3-pointer. 6 seconds to shoot it. Himer needs to go to work. Gets a ball screen from Burgess. Goes through and makes the layup. Wow,
How
Himer.
did she get through there? Unbelievable.
She is showing some good offensive moves tonight. Again, that are...
She's already reached her season average of 7 points.
Yeah, she's slashing to the basket. Mostly known for her outside three-point shooting. Here's a 3 that does not draw iron for UT Permian Basin. Ball will go back to West Texas A&M, and that should take us to the media timeout. 4 minutes, 6 seconds to play before halftime, and West Texas A&M leads by 13 points over UT Permian Basin. We're back after this.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shim & Dillon Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shim & Dillon Group for your appointment today.
Well, the Lady Buffs have opened up a 13-point lead after the Falcons had whittled the deficit to just 8. So a 5-0 run by WT, and the fans enjoying what I think some of the best popcorn in the Lone Star Conference here at the First United Bank Center.
I still think that they should put that on the ballots at the end of the year when we do all conference selections. Yeah, best popcorn. And we of course, would nominate the First United Bank Center. 30-17. Kent probably knows the secret recipe, but obviously can't give that out.
You want to get it right when the doors open and it's hot and fresh.
13-point lead for West Texas A&M. 7 points for Asia Himer. 6 points from Carly Machenbacher. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Carly going to go to work past the defense and blocking foul. I thought she maybe took steps.
Might have got away, but the block came first. It's going to go on. Avalon Munoz picks up her second.
That sends Carly Machenbacher to the charity stripe.
Carly goes to the line for the second time this afternoon. Knocked down her and one back in the first quarter. And hits the first here.
And that's talking to Coach Brock before the game. Said he felt really good with his team, their preparation. He said, we have number 23 out there. People remember her, right? Carly Machenbacher, really special player, and she had 18 points last Saturday. Right now, Carly with 7 points, 2 of 4 from the field.
And after what she showed she was capable of last year, teams have focused on her this year. And you got to think, with the defection of Zam Roberts, they're going to focus on her even more, which opens up the opportunities for the Asia Himers, Lauren Taylors, to step up and knock down some points, and that's what we've seen tonight.
Sienna Lenz is on the floor for the first time tonight. She comes in off the bench. Yeah, and the thing with Carly, Kent, is she's a complete player. I mean, she is not just a scorer. She's not just a defender. She's both. She's also a passer and a rebounder, so she's just consistent. She's a fun player to watch, and you know that most nights you're going to get some really good production from number 23. Under 10 on the shot clock. Lady Buffs up by 14 points. Burgess is going to have to go. Instead, Stalder will put it on the floor. A floater is on the mark, but too strong. And UT Permian Basin, a good defensive possession. Quick shot and miss, and now UT Permian Basin going cold again, a scoring drought of nearly 3 minutes. In the first quarter, they had a scoring drought of nearly 7 minutes. A turnover from Lenz. Ball back to the Falcons.
Oh, what a play by Stalder. Comes in from behind, strips it away.
That's my ball.
Controls the basketball.
Great hustle. Turnover. Stalder thought she had Decker there. Instead, Decker was getting out of the way, and the ball goes back to the Falcons.
10 Lady Buff turnovers here in the first half.
Oh, a bump underneath. Foul's going to go against West Texas A&M, but it'll be called against Lenz. And it'll stop the clock with 1:50 to play before halftime.
Laura Taylor, Island to line checking in, along with Asia Emer.
Falcons need a bucket here. They clear it out for Portales. Her shot hits nothing but glass. So the Lady Buffs will come down with 1.5 minutes to play, leading by 14 points. Good drive by Machenbacher. She's hit really 2 players. You could call that foul.
Falcons foul. Alexis Quadman with her second personal foul.
Just the quickness. Look at the acceleration.
Lady Buffs in the double bonus.
And she uses her body well to shield that basketball away from the defense.
AOMS at 10 for Carly Machenbacher.
Carly knocks down the first.
Good job at the free throw line. Good defense, making your free throws.
9 first half points for Carly.
Munoz. Strong dribbling is denied inside by Himer.
Heard the hand slap on the ball from Asia and the steal by Carly.
Himer wants it back to complete the play. No, the 3 was off the mark. Lady Buffs get the rebound. Thibaut sees an opening. 2 good looks there. Those are, 2 shots that normally would go in. Himer a wide open 3, and Thibaut with that drive.
6'4", driving strong to the bucket. I was ready to stand up and cheer.
Carly Machenbacher and Asia Himer.
Ooh, good look inside by Taylor, but Thibaut couldn't handle that pass. There was some heat on it, and it'll go back to UT Permian Basin. Right now it's an 8-0 run over the last 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Falcons go for their last 7. That's been the story. 2 long scoring droughts in the half. Services of this West Texas A&M Lady Buff defense. Shot put up. No good there for Davion Spencer, but a steal and a putback on the right side by Kiara Flugents. Falcons needed that one. Under 20 seconds left in the first half. Shot clock's turned off, Taylor. Thibaut just inside the 3-point line, missed the shot, and Lenz tried to get it off in time but could not. So we played 2 quarters here at the First United Bank Center. The score, West Texas A&M 33, UT Permian Basin 19. Lady Buffs shooting 44% in the first half, holding the Falcons to just 7 of 34 from the field. We'll step aside, take a timeout, come back and have our halftime show for you here from Canyon, Texas. This is the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Legends Canyon.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference. WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology, innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, we didn't come to WT to be athletes. And when I walked in to the activity center, I was probably the most clueless freshman that had ever entered. Saw Mrs. Hill and I told her I didn't know what I was doing, and she signed me up for the track team. Told me I was going to be the shot putter, and I didn't even know what the shot put was. So I really didn't come for athletics, but it became the central part of my collegiate life.
Played basketball in high school, didn't really think about playing it in college. Was playing on an intramural team, and actually one of the girls associated with the basketball team, Becky Pinson, was playing on the intramural team and kind of roped me into it. And of course, once I got there, undoubtedly the best experience I had in college.
I talked to Eileen Stovall when they brought the basketball team down to play at Howard College, which was my hometown in Big Spring. And she encouraged me to come and talk to Mary Hill and play softball. I went to WT for the sole purpose of getting prerequisites to go to pharmacy school, but really, honestly, that's what I told my folks. They had a softball team, and I wanted to play softball.
So I came to WT in 1972 and spent my 4 years enjoying everything the college had to offer as far as athletics go. I got to play basketball. I thought volleyball would be a lot of fun, so I got to play volleyball. Got to run track. That was a blast.
I transferred to WT because actually my husband, who is a brilliant man, he said, you know what, they're going to start letting loose some scholarship money for athletics. Maybe you can earn one. And so I went the first year, and Dr. Blair, Suzanne Blair, was our volleyball coach, and it was $300 for the whole year. And basically that paid my babysitters.
I came the fall of '74. I had played volleyball in high school. Did not think I would continue playing in college, but I saw some flyers around saying, if you'd like to come try out for the volleyball team, show up at the box. So I just came and tried out, and I was elated I was going to get to play.
Folks like Eileen Stovall, truly, she was a mentor and a role model to me, but more about life than sports. I don't think she would have ever been a famous coach, but what she did made a difference even greater than that.
She was the beginning of women's sports in the 60s for WT. I think she came to WT something like 63. And then started the basketball program and then started the volleyball program.
I don't know what we were expecting, but we realized real quickly that it wasn't really like high school, because in high school we had things, and when we got here, whole different story. There was zero money. The 2 years that Cynthia and I played, for sure, there was zero money. I know one day they came and said, you will meet at the blood center and you will give blood. And I heard somebody else say plasma. I barely made it through the blood.
And we shared uniforms. with the basketball team. We only had one set of uniforms. We paid for our own shoes, our own socks, our own warm-ups.
We had uniforms, I don't know, they might have been the same ones y'all played in, but we had one set and it went from volleyball to basketball to track. We had to take either coaches' cars, which they got no money whatsoever for any of it, or we went in our own personal cars.
That's why I made the basketball team, really, is because I had a car, not because I was good at basketball.
There were no vehicles. We never flew anywhere. We never took the bus anywhere.
But we ran the bar ditches and collected beer cans,
and we could spot an aluminum beer can a mile away.
Beer was in aluminum cans before soft drinks. They were all beer cans, is my memory. It was interesting because Canyon was dry. You'd have to go to Amarillo or the roadsides to find the beer cans.
And so for the history of Title IX to begin with women who were willing to stand up and say, this isn't right, and be willing to confront that, we've all benefited from it.
I don't think we knew the term Title IX.
Our coaches had their jobs threatened if they didn't cease and desist. And they got no relief time. They covered for each other if they had to miss a class. So they needed us younger women that came along to participate, to continue their fight.
I just want to personally thank the women that were literally feet on the ground doing this before 1972 and continued after 1972 to show us the way. These girls at the time were literally sacrificing their body to just be able to do something that they loved.
And they had to raise their own funds for a coach and for travel and for uniforms. And so to read about that happening at West Texas State, you know, they were pioneers.
Driving their own cars to any kind of tournaments, they're paying for their own food and gas money. Parents were helping out. It's basically the opposite of everything that we get today. Just the advocacy from people like Aline Stovall. They were going to play, and it didn't matter if the coaches were being paid or not. And I think as an athlete now, I didn't realize just the extent of what it took to get to where we are today. I get the Aline Stovall Scholarship. She's still changing lives at WT.
It just shows the value of using our voices and standing up for equal opportunity. It's a good thing that we're just hard-headed women that won't take no for an answer, and we're gonna keep going and we're gonna keep pushing. And I think that that culture and that tradition is strong, especially here in the Texas Panhandle.
You just have to look at the success of our women's sports. Our women's teams are championship caliber across the board. Over the last several years, I've said to some of our female athletes, WT, where men are men and women are champions.
When we were doing this, I had no clue. I didn't have any vision like Miss Stovall had that we would be sitting here now. And the women's sports at WT represent like, 8 national championships? I just thought we were trying to get even then. It floors me to think what all the women's athletics has done here at WT.
I think that WT and women's athletics has come a long way. I think what we've all done has definitely impacted how it is today.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't take for my time spent at WT and the things that I learned and my friendships that I still have to this day. And I am so thankful for those ladies. We just wanted to play. We were like all the other ladies. We just wanted to play, and we loved playing.
We competed for the love of the opportunity and the love of the game and the opportunity to learn and grow in sports like men had. Just to have that opportunity was worth it all.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Our halftime score right now, Lady Buffs lead at 33-19 over UT Permian Basin. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson, and we'll look at our first half stats. There you see the shooting percentage heavily in favor of West Texas A&M as the Falcons have put up a lot of threes, just not going in. 2 of 16 from the perimeter for the Falcons. Lady Buffs have made 3 of 9. Both teams shooting good at the free throw line, only one miss on each side. Rebound advantage heavily in favor of West Texas A&M. And then turnovers, surprisingly, Lady Buffs have 12 turnovers. Falcons just 8. And individually, for West Texas A&M, good production from Carly Machenbacher and Asia Himer. 9 points for Machenbacher. She's made 4 or 5 from the free throw line. Carly with 3 rebounds as well. For Asia Himer, 7 points on 3 of 6 shooting. She's got a couple of 2-point field goals and then made a 3 as well. Nylam Thabach, 2 points, 5 rebounds. 6 points for Lauren Taylor to go along with her 3 rebounds. And then Holly Stalder, Jayla Burgess, and Kamira Decker each with 2 points. On the other side for UT Permian Basin, nobody in double figures. Holly Himmeline leads the way with 6 points, hitting a couple of threes. Kamari Portales, 4 points. 3 points for Alexis Quadman, and 2 points for Morgan Helgeson and Avalon Munoz. Munoz is their leading scorer, but she's had trouble as she's driven into the paint a few times and not been able to get her shot off. Haven't been able to free her up from the perimeter. So at this point, you're coming out in the second half. UT Permian Basin trailing by 14. They did cut it to as close as 8. They're in the second quarter. Just some things, Kent, that you want to put out, I guess, if you're head coach Ray Booth, when you come out in the second half, you're still in it.
Exactly. And what I would say in the locker room is that, hey, you're shooting 20% from the floor, but you've managed to force 12 turnovers against WT, and you offensively were playing awful, and 5 minutes ago you were within 8 points.
Yeah.
So we know we can do it. Just go out there and play hard and see how it falls.
Yeah.
Which is basically what Josh Prock has told his girls, ladies, before the start of the game, is let's go out, play hard, and see what happens. And you can see here, offensively, the Lady Buffs have been clicking. They played well defensively as well. I mean, UTPB has missed some very easy shots, but they have also faced some very contested shots as well. So, hats off to the Lady Buffs. They aren't playing their best, but they're playing hard, and it shows. And for UTPB, they're not playing well, but they're not out of the ball game yet.
Kent, we didn't have a chance to visit with Chris Gove like we normally do at halftime, with a really nice display at halftime. The video that was up on the board, the video that our fans were able to see as well, celebrating Title IX, and a lot of the female athletes that really got things going for West Texas A&M years ago, and that was really special on the court to see them honored. Do want to mention before we start this second half, let's give a little bit of a preview for the second game, for the men's game, which, again, we have had some games over the years with featuring West Texas A&M and UT Permian Basin that have been just some really fun battles. This year, different rosters, different coach for UTPB of what they have had. Second year for them, for their new head coach. But what do you expect to see tonight with the Buffs and the Falcons?
Well, it's going to be interesting because when the teams met earlier this year down in Odessa, the Buffs were coming off that 10-point loss at Angelo State, and they got the ship righted, so to speak, when they played the Falcons, beat them by 20, 87-67. The Buffs come into this game winning 7 of their last 8. The Falcons have lost 4 of their last 5. So these are two teams going in different directions. The Falcons in their second year under head coach Kyle Tolan, they're looking to get things back to what they were when Andy Newman was their coach, and they were a rolling group 5-6 years ago. The Buffs, they're not on top of the region right now. Now, the region rankings haven't come out yet. Those don't come for another 2 weeks. But, they're in second place in the LSC West Division. They're third overall. But the target's not on their back right now.
Yeah.
And it sounds weird to say, some teams have to learn how to play when they're not the hunted all the time. And that's kind of where the Buffs are right now. They're looking for consistency. They're just over halfway through the season, still looking for consistency. But we know when they get on a roll, they can go. And we're at that time of year where you've got 4 weeks to go in the regular season. it's time to start rolling.
Well, the Lone Star Conference on the women's side, just to tell you how tough the West Division is, Angelo State 8-1, Lubbock Christian 7-1, West Texas A&M 6-2. Angelo State is on the road tonight at LCU and was leading by 2 points at halftime. That's big to watch that one, not only for the standings, but Kent, it has been 113 straight wins for Lubbock Christian and Steve Gomez at the Rip Griffin Center. Angelo State trying to do what many teams have failed to do, including West Texas A&M over the last several seasons.
And that's an Angelo State team that defeated WT 3 weeks ago down in Angelo. Really one of the poorer performances by the Lady Buffs this season, and that's Saturday's opponent.
Okay, the rematch with the Bells. Carly Machenbacher goes right back to the free throw line. She did a lot of that in the first half. First free throw will not fall. Got another one coming. We'll keep an eye on those scores as the game goes on. The second free throw pops out as well. UT Tyler at halftime leads at St. Mary's 30-28. And Eastern New Mexico women lead 21-9 in the first quarter over Midwestern State. First possession offensively here for the Falcons. In the half court, Portales tries to go to work against Machenbacher. Can't get around. Quadman will get around the defense, but blocked from behind. Good recovery play by Thabach.
Yeah, Quadman picked up her third personal just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they can't afford to have her on the bench with really one of the best defenders inside for UT Permian Basin. They're missing 2 starters tonight. Thabach lines up the shot, front rim, won't go. This WT Lady Buff team came in tonight averaging 8 made threes a game. There's a made three for the UT Permian Basin Falcons. Give that one to Holly Himmeline. She's got 9 points, all on triples. Himer's three won't go. Munoz. Oh, that was a sweet shot there. She got past Taylor, but still had to maneuver that basketball under the rim. Flip it up, give it some English there. Here's the replay, Kent. This one was nice.
Nice reverse.
You know who used to do that all the time? David Chavlovic.
Yeah.
I mean, that scoop shot right there.
That's it.
Got to practice that. Munoz gets herself going.
Lauren Taylor with the foul, her first, team's first of the quarter. Munoz converts the three-point play. And hey, back to an 8-point game.
Yep, so a good start for Ray Booth's team on the road.
What did I say at halftime when you said, what do you tell your team in the locker room?
Listen to Coach Johnson over here. Ball goes inside to Lauren Taylor. Nice answer for WT. As Taylor now has 8 points in the game. Munoz wanted to go to work against Himer. Ball was popped free. Turnover. Good defense by West Texas A&M. Himer goes right at the defense and scores.
Dribble with a purpose.
Yeah,
a wise man once said.
Well, and she knew exactly what she was doing. This is the most aggressive off the dribble that we've seen Asia Himer in 2 seasons. Tried to get a block there, but Munoz, speaking of being aggressive, I think at halftime, Coach Booth probably, told her star guard, we need you to be more aggressive. That's what Avalon Munoz has done. Now she's at the free throw line to shoot 2.
Play like you're capable. Scoreless in the first half.
And has started this third quarter scoring 4 points for the Falcons.
For the Falcons, 7.
We'll have a sub that will check in. Taylor sits out and comes out, and Jayla Burgess on the floor. Lucas Kinsey alongside Kent Johnson. Glad to have you joining us tonight here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network, the Thunder Vision production team.
You know, Lucas, we've talked about Sam Roberts being gone,
Yep.
but there's another Lady Buff that's out of the lineup now and for the foreseeable future, and that's Zoe McBroom, who suffered a knee injury just prior to the road trip 2 weeks ago, and she's on the bench with her leg in a heavy splint.
Yeah, I hate to see that for Zoe. As you see the replay there, nice spin and finish for Thibaut. Zoe McBroom was starting to give some good minutes off the bench and had a good game a couple weeks ago. But yeah, she had the torn ACL. We saw her dad Michael yesterday. I want to mention happy birthday to Michael McBroom. Today is Michael's birthday, Groundhog Day as well. And apparently, Kent, we're having more winter. So there's your.
Well, we're going to have some more winter next week, apparently, is what they're saying. It's going to be nice this weekend, so get out and enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy it right here Saturday.
Nice look.
Oh, man.
Feed from Portales. Underneath to a cutting Davian Spencer. Machenbacher drives. That ball nearly got away from Burgess. Kane spotted up, always ready, knocks it down. Yes, ma'am. You look at how she's just, her legs are down and ready, that hands are up, ready for that pass, and perfect form on the three by Kyla Kane. They take a timeout, so we'll take one as well. 43-29. Lady Buffs lead at 6:36 to play here in the third quarter.
West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Lady Buffs led by 14 at the half. The Falcons cut it to 8. Lady Buffs bump it back up to 14. But what's interesting, Lucas, the two teams have combined to knock down their last 7 field goals. Lady Buffs 4 of their last 4. The Falcons 3 of their last 3. A little bit of offense starting to come out now.
You saw Kyla Kane coming back on the floor and making the start tonight. 6 points. She can shoot it. Foul called quickly against West Texas A&M to get Hamer reaching in.
Asia Hamer. That's her second personal foul, team foul number 3.
Ball goes into the Falcons. Much better offense here in this third quarter for UTPB. The three-pointer will not go. Burgess is able to get the rebound. Those threes, other than Holly Himmeline, they just have not gone in for UT Permian Basin. And for them, that's part of their arsenal. They need those threes to go in, being a smaller team. You know, Coach Booth, before the game, I said, Coach, what are the keys against West Texas A&M? She said, you know what, we just got to score one more point than them. Great coach speak. A turnover, that helps the Falcons. And a foul will be called. They get Holly Stalder with a bump, and it will send Spencer to the free throw line.
14 fouls on the Lady Buffs.
68% from the line on the season. 2 of 2 in this game. She's got 2 more.
You know, Kent, we're talking about the LSC standings, and as this season has gone on, I have felt like of maybe several years past that free throws missed there. We're going to have a very, very competitive conference tournament when we get to March. This is a 3 on the way, missed, no good, rebound to Decker. But I think you're going to get one of these tournaments where you could say 1 through 8, anybody could win it.
Yeah, right now Texas Woman's is king of the hill, so to speak.
Yeah.
They've got a 2-game lead over UT Tyler.
And they're 3 in the country right now as well.
Number 3 in the country. We remember them from the South Central Region final here at the First Night Bank Center last year. Beth Jolson doing an excellent job with the Pioneers. But, the top 4 teams are separated by 3 games, and then 5 through 8 are separated by 2 games. It's tight.
That's a foul against Kamira Decker, trying to make a steal. Instead runs through Alexis Quadman. First foul against Decker.
And that'll be the 5th team foul against the Lady Buffs.
So some free throws coming here for
Falcons in the double bonus.
the visitors from Odessa.
At the line for UTPB, Alexis Quadman.
Quadman, a junior out of Las Vegas, Nevada. High school ball at Spring Valley. And tonight, Quadman, with both those free throws there, now has 5 points to go with her 4 rebounds and 2 steals. Lead cut back to 11. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. See the Falcons now matching up defensively, but not tight enough on Holly Stalder.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
Well, yeah, they're
matching up defensively. It's Holly's floating by herself in the
until they
corner.
didn't. They were stopping the ball in the paint, but did not locate the shooter. Stalder made them pay.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, on the other side, we get a missed shot, and then a foul goes against West Texas A&M. The blockout was too strong. Here's the replay. Good passing. Yeah, Burgess finds an open shooter.
Stalder with her second personal
That was Stalder's first 3-point field goal. Takes us to the media timeout. Lady Buffs leading double digits, up by 14 right now as we continue after these messages here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Lady Buffs lead at Lucas 46-32, and it goes back to the first quarter of play. Lady Buffs outscored the Falcons 21-7 to open the game. Since then, they tied 12-12 in the second period, 13-13 currently in the third.
Yeah, so you're right. If you're the Falcons, you say if we wouldn't have had that slow start.
And they led 2-0.
Yeah. Well, if they want to get back, they're going to have to get stops defensively. Machenbacher cut off. There's Kane. Just a little too deep on the 3. A whistle. It looked like the Falcons were trying to box out Decker, but
I think they got Flugents with a hold. Seemed like when Kamara was going to the bucket for the rebound, Kiara Flugents got that arm out and kind of impeded her progress.
Yeah.
It's her second personal.
Nice drive. Holly Stalder, another one, yes. Knock it down, sister. Give the assist to Carly Machenbacher, and right now Lady Buffs know that number 0 is hot from the three-point line. Stalder's got a couple of long-distance shots here in this third quarter. Oh, good left-handed layup there, and the drive from Kiara Flugents. Just used her quickness to get to the bucket there.
Back to a 13-point advantage for WT.
They go to Stalder again, heat check. Just missed that one, but Burgess is there for an offensive rebound. That's a great play from Jayla Burgess.
Gotta like the way she reacted to that missed shot. Went to the board hard.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't hesitate.
Falcons go right back to Flugents, being patient. Tries the same move, and she's going to be fouled. Decker frustrated. Some good patience in the half-court offense there from UT Permian Basin, who one stat that does stand out to me, Kent, is they've only turned the ball over 9 times in the game. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Two shots.
Yeah, the reality is their deficit isn't the result of throwing the ball away. They've have had a few turnovers, but it was that first quarter when they were shooting 7%.
And again, the Falcons without the services of Michaela Bingley, freshman from Tasmania, Australia. One of their tough inside players. Second free throw did not draw iron, so Lady Buffs will throw it in to score 51-37. Falcons missing Bingley, missing Andrea Mancha, and also Ariel Gordon. And 2 of those 3 players are starters, typical starters for UT Permian Basin. Sienna Lenz back on the floor for the Lady Buffs. I like that idea. They were trying to post up Stalder with Munoz guarding her. Lenz drives and travels. So for West Texas A&M, turnover number 14. And an opportunity here for the Falcons. Quadman. Oh, wow. That was interesting, Kent. I almost feel like you need a wrestling referee to come out and score that one.
Well, she did that spin move and got the botch up in the air. Looked more dramatic than what it was.
Yeah.
But this spin move gets the botch off her feet. See it here in a minute. You got the feed coming in. Goes to her right and then back to her left. Nylam jumps.
And Quadman makes both free throws. So they do capitalize there, cut the lead back to 12.
Tabach now has 3 personals.
And that's several possessions now where UT Permian Basin is going inside into the post and saying, hey, if you're not going to double team us, we're going to go to the bucket. Taylor had a shot, but instead was passing back outside the lens. She'll take a 3, though, from the top of the key. And skying for that rebound was Quadman. Quick release, Himmeline, knock it down, 3-pointer.
That's her 4th 3-pointer.
She has had the hot hand from the outside for the Falcons. Lead trimmed to 9, as close as it's been in a while. Good ball movement. Lauren Taylor's open. Lauren Taylor hits it. Big time 3 in the corner from LT.
11 points for Lauren.
She's playing with a lot of confidence this year, Kent, especially offensively, always been such a solid defender. Nice play. They free open Quadman again, and UTPB is saying points in the paint every time.
They're pounding it in there.
10-point lead. Falcons, though, need to get some defense going. Stalder is going to drive it. Count the bucket. And she was fouled, going to go to the free throw line. Holly's reaction at first, I think she thought she had been called for a charge. She went, oh no, but it was, oh yes, Holly.
Morgan Helgeson picks up the foul. That's her second. Stalder to the line.
And she had a slow start, Kent, in this game. Holly did, but has really picked it up in this second half. Missed
8 points. Misses the free throw, but the offensive board.
Reach-in foul goes against the Falcons as Taylor was driving into the paint.
Munoz guilty of her third. Lauren Taylor will shoot twice.
Let's check those LSC scores next time you get a chance. Again, the Lady Buffs playing here tonight. On Saturday, they welcome the leader in the conference on the west side, I should say, Angelo State.
Eastern New Mexico leads Midwestern State 31-15 late in the second period. Angelo State midway through the fourth, 45-40 over Lubbock Christian. Low-scoring game favoring the Rambells.
Wow, big shot there made.
Allie Heyman. Oklahoma Christian, 59-45 in the third over A&M Kingsville. And that brings us up to date around the LSC.
Taylor will drive and put it in off the window. 60-47. Much better offense by the Falcons in the second half, but they just have not been able to get stops. Lady Buffs offensively have been cooking here in this third quarter. WT shooting 51% from the field for the game. Left-handed layup missed. There's Quadman to get the board and the putback. She's fouled.
Holly Stalder, that's her third personal foul.
You just can't keep trading buckets with WT, though. Look at that strong rebound. Quadman rips it away from Burgess and
Alexis Quadman
puts it right back in the hole.
Kyla Kane into the game for Holly Stalder.
Quadman has had a really good second half. Missed the free throw, but has 11 points to go with her 6 rebounds. The ball put up a little too late. So both teams shooting the ball well in the third quarter. Lady Buffs still lead by double digits as we head to quarter number 4, 60-49. West Texas A&M will come back with fourth quarter action from the First United Bank Center after these messages.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Some of the girls, younger girls, checking out the action here tonight. Kent, we didn't get any of those hula skirts.
Well,
come on, it's Hawaiian night.
You know, sometimes I'm just a little too staid and too much a stick in the mud. It's beach night.
Oh, it's
First
beach
night
night.
at Bank
Okay.
City or Bank Center. You come here, you get a flower lei. Obviously, some of the young ladies got grass skirts.
Yep.
I look outside, it's 35 degrees. I'm wearing long sleeves and a sweater.
Which was a lot warmer today than it has been.
The last couple days, yes.
But how do you not get the Hawaiian stuff up here to Magnum PI, right? Remember, you were Magnum PI last year. And I was supposed to be David Hasselhoff, I believe.
That's the way we are on Halloween. You know,
yeah.
We weren't playing basketball on Halloween this year. Wish we were.
60-49, back to the basketball action as the Lady Buffs get a stop and now get the ball back to start the fourth quarter. Will they stay hot offensively? It's going to start with the ball nearly being turned over. Taylor just hustles and tracks it down. Machenbacher will take a three. That was halfway down. Ten seconds to shoot it. Himmeline puts it up, missed everything, and Falcons could not save it, so ball back to West Texas A&M.
Lauren Taylor, the leading scorer in the ball game this evening with 15.
Yeah, she's having a good game.
Himmeline has 12, Quadman 11 for UTPB. Holly Stalder with 10 for the Lady Buffs.
Some good spacing here. The paint's wide open with 8 seconds left. Taylor, good drive. Nearly got that one to crawl.
Little floater there, wouldn't go down.
Warning given, assessed to the head coach of the team who's up by 11 points right now.
Alika Arasumi turning around and telling Josh Prock to mind his business.
And this is interesting. The coaches Coach Booth says, "Are you kidding me? We were in transition."
Yeah.
And you stop play there to get on to Coach Prock. Ball goes inside, right back out. 2-point shot, too strong on the miss from Helgeson, and a whistle and a foul goes against the Falcons. Coach Booth won't like that either.
Quadman picks up her fourth. So now the question is, do you leave her out there? I think trailing by 11, you leave your tallest player on the floor.
Kane gets into the paint. The shot won't go in, though. Falcons have numbers with Kane trailing the play of 5-on-4 here. They're going to take a quick three. Won't go in. Another offensive rebound. Falcons were really doing a good job of that in the first half. Quadman outside, a three. No. Another offensive board. Himmeline will try one. And finally, a defensive board is gathered in for West Texas A&M. Give it to Taylor, her fifth of the game. Oh, good move by Kane. It just won't go in. Two good looks. Machenbacher a block up top, but a foul underneath on the body against Avalon Munoz.
That was Carly kind of saying, I'm tired of the way we're playing defense right here.
And I think I just heard Coach Prock say it was the same thing on the other side. The only difference was that on WT's side, you had Kane driving in, taller guard. Munoz only 5'5", and been impressed with her in the second half tonight. Very crafty player. When you're a smaller guard, got to improvise, and she does a good job of that. Her second free throw rattles out.
You know, Munoz averages double figures for the season. She only has one field goal this evening.
Playing tight defense on Tabach, so she'll drive, miss the layup. It's a 10-point lead. Oh, the Falcons, that'll stay with UT Permian Basin. They were fortunate there as they nearly turned it over. They've continued to battle back throughout this game. Largest lead for WT was back in the second quarter at 33-17. They had a 16-point advantage. To cut it to 7, yes. A big three-pointer dropped in by Morgan Helgeson, and it's a 7-point game. 6:45 to play here in the fourth quarter. A timeout taken, so we'll step aside as well. Lady Buffs lead, but just by 7. Don't go anywhere. We're back with more hoops from the FUB right after this.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
You got the flex cam right now here at the First United Bank Center. Flex on them, young lady. Right now, Lady Buffs showing off their muscles tonight, leading by 7 points over UT Permian Basin. A good comeback here in the second half by the Falcons, who again have trailed by as many as 16 points tonight. But 6:45 to play. We got ourselves a ball game.
Got a ball game down in Lubbock too. Angelo State leading Lubbock Christians women 45-43 with 7 minutes to play.
You know it's getting loud at the Rip Griffin Center.
Might just type a little note to Angelo State. The calls aren't going to go your way down the stretch either.
A nice defensive play in the paint. The block for the Falcons. They're out and running. Another three from Helgeson. Oh, it was a good look. Lady Buffs fortunate they missed it. And an offensive board. Another chance here for Ray Booth's team.
Jayla had that rebound, and it was batted away from behind.
Double ball screen for Avalon Munoz. Her two is money. 60-55.
Tell you what, the crowd's getting a little restless here.
Again, Lady Buffs trying to protect a home win streak, just like LCU is. Lady Buffs 23 straight. Falcons would love to knock off WT. It's been since 2014, a drive from Taylor and one of those bang-bang plays could have gone either way, and it's going to be whistled a blocking foul against UT Permian Basin. Holly Stalter will come back on the floor, check in for Jayla Burgess.
Flugents collects her third personal foul. Lauren Taylor at the line. She's 4 of 4 this evening. Now 5 of 5.
Yeah, this is one of those games that you rely heavily on your veteran players, and Taylor is one of those. So steady. She's been outstanding tonight. 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals for Lauren Taylor. Ooh, sweet bounce pass from Munoz inside. It doesn't result in anything.
Yeah, Flugents mishandled the pass.
At the free throw line. Shot missed. There's another rebound. Did not draw iron. 3 seconds to shoot it. And the Falcons just get it off, and it's no good. Good defense by West Texas A&M on that trip. Machenbacher uses that speed to get to the rim, and she draws another foul. Just one of those players, Kent, that I can't imagine trying to play ball defense against Carly Machenbacher. Here's a replay. How do you stay with this?
That's a strong dribble drive. Kamari Portales picks up her third. Carly at the line. She's 4 of 7 tonight.
And with the improved outside shooting that the Lady Buffs have this season, again, mentioned it, they make 8 threes a game as a team. We've had them a couple times this year where they've made over 10. It's hard to help off. You've got those players in the corners. Do you help off and try to slow Carly down? Well, in the process, you're leaving Lauren Taylor or Holly Stalter or Kyla Kane open in the corner.
Averaging 8 threes a game, and they have 7 tonight.
Free throw's good for Carly Machenbacher on the other side. A steal turned over into the hands of Taylor. Lady Buffs responding after this lead was trimmed down to 5. nearly another turnover. Munoz is bumped. They're going to whistle Asia Himer this time.
It's going to be Asia's third non-shooting foul. That's the second team foul against the Lady Buffs.
See Munoz, quick crossover. Asia a little high, not down in that good defensive stance, so she gets the foul called. Nearing the 4-minute mark, Falcons need a bucket. They go inside to Helgeson, who turns around and is going to be fouled.
Holly just picked up her fourth.
Get that ISO in the paint that's worked a lot here in the second half for the Falcons. Kane will check in. Here's the replay.
At the line shooting for the Falcons.
It's hard to see from there.
No good on that first free throw try. The Falcons tonight have missed 6 free throws, 15 of 21.
One shot.
Second one's good. So it's an 8-point lead for West Texas A&M. 4 minutes to play. Again, they get it to Machenbacher, and she just says, okay, we're going to play off this time because I've been driving to the bucket. I can make this jump shot. Carly with 13 points. Oh, nice move. Quadman scores over Jayla Burgess. If you're UT Permian Basin, Kent, the only way you're going to get back in this game is you got to find a way to get some defensive stops.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, Himer misses the 3. They run ahead. Munoz couldn't get that pass.
Threw it right at the back of her teammate. Got to give her an angle.
There's a missed opportunity there for UTPB. Taylor, deep three-pointer. No.
She's sitting one shy of her season high right now. She has 17.
Munoz
Taylor
lost it, and it's saved into the hands of Himer. So that's 2 trips where the Falcons have gotten their stops, and then they have turned the ball over. Credit the Lady Buff defense. Kane goes right around. Munoz hangs, misses it. 3 straight stops for UTPB.
But they need to convert at this end.
Munoz, a tough 2. And then a whistle. Munoz makes the layup, but what is the foul?
They're going to call a foul away from the ball
against Jayla
Burgess. Yeah, they're going to count the bucket, and now the Falcons will shoot twice.
Let's see if we have this one again, Jacob.
Up, or is it going to be an inbounds? Let's see.
I think they're going to count the bucket. Here's the replay.
And get the basketball.
Shot goes in, and then they say
just clears out.
Jayla pushed. Good job on the replay.
So this could be a 4-point play for the Falcons.
The drive, shot missed, battle for the rebound into the hands of Machenbacher. And we got an injured player down the other side for UTPB, a blown layup by Kane. And
Helgeson down.
Yeah, trainers are going to come out and take a look at Morgan Helgeson. And Coach Booth is thinking, I can't afford any more injuries. Helgeson's going to walk off slowly and get a good round of applause here from Buff Nation. Hopefully she's okay.
Like she may have had a elbow or a hand up to the nose, and
well, those loose balls
that can sting.
You've had about 4 players fighting for every possession. Clock is stopped right now with 1:57 to play, 4th quarter, and a really strong fight being shown here tonight by the visitors, who had a sluggish start.
Yeah, came out in the first quarter trailing 21-7. Lady Buffs had a 10-0 run in that quarter. And since that time, they have outscored WT by 5.
Yeah.
The Lady Buffs 8-0 at home this year on a 23-game home winning streak, looking to bump each of those numbers by 1.
Falcons critical possession here. They're running it down. Shot clock to 10 seconds. A drive, layup, missed. They tried to get Himmeline free in the paint. Her attempt was too strong. So now Coach Prock will take a quick 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Yeah, we can here in just a second look at, again, some of those Lone Star Conference scores. The close one, there were several close ones tonight, including ours here, but the one that WT fans are really looking at is that game being played over at the Rip Griffin Center in Lubbock as LCU and Angelo State battling back and forth the entire game.
Well, it's over. Angelo State 60-57 winners.
Okay, so that snaps the 113 game home win streak for Lubbock Christian. What a record for LCU that falls tonight at the hands of Angelo State. It's a huge win for the Rambells.
3.5 minutes to play, and this is a pretty sizable upset if it should hold. St. Mary's leads UT Tyler 52-50. St. Mary's 2-12 in conference play, UT Tyler 13-1, but the Rattlers with a slight lead right now. And speaking of slight leads, WT up by 6.
Kane tried to push it to 9. Her three was too strong. Rebound to Munoz. She knows what she's got to do, pushes that ball up ahead. A three-pointer for the Falcons, no good. A good look for Portales, Kamari Portales, but it would not go in. And that's kind of been this fourth quarter. The Falcons have cut it to 8, they've cut it to 6, they cut it to 5 once. They just haven't been able to get the points when they needed it. Under a minute to play. They're going to let this possession go down, not foul. Himer at the free throw line puts up a shot that nearly went in. A good rebound by Quadman. And now the Falcons have to push. 40 seconds left in the game, trailing by 6. And Coach Booth takes a timeout with 37.7.
A First Financial Bank timeout for the Falcons.
She'll try to draw up a quick offensive play here. Don't necessarily have to have a 3. It would be helpful. But what you do have to have is you have to have points scored very quickly.
You need a stop defensively. Offensively, you either need to score quickly or just as well get fouled, go to the line.
Yeah.
From the line tonight, UT Permian Basin, 16 of 22. That's 72%. They are out-rebounding the Lady Buffs, 42-39.
Well, that's a big change from the first half. Kent, at halftime, WT was out-rebounding UT Permian Basin 26-17.
And the Lady Buffs are out-rebounding their opposition this year by nearly 7 boards a game. So quite a turnover. And speaking of turnovers,
well, Falcons throw it into the hands of Kyla Kane. What a good defensive play for West Texas A&M, and head coach Ray Booth frustrated. That is not what we spent that 30-second timeout drawing up.
Yeah, this was not the play I drew. Munoz picks up her 4th.
They've got to foul again quickly.
And there it is.
And they reach out and foul Asia Himer.
That foul goes to Holly Himmeline, her 2nd, team's 5th, and that'll send Himer to the line, shooting twice.
A 2-shot AOMS opportunity for Asia Himer.
Lauren Taylor will come out. Burgess back on the floor for some defense, some height. Good free throw there for Himer, who is now in double figures. Second free throw off the mark and a timeout taken by Coach Booth. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout, come back. UT Permian Basin will have the ball. They're down by 7 with 30 seconds to play in the game.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Falcons inbound the ball, down 67-60. A three, a desperation one is buried.
Wow.
A quick release from Holly Himmeline. I mean, she released that ball. I don't even know if her shoulders were squared to the rim. And it went straight through the net. Cuts the lead to 4 with 25 seconds left. Here's your replay. It's looking like the old Reggie Miller days.
There was nothing squared up on that shot, but it doesn't matter. She put it right through the net. 4-point Lady Buff lead. Lady Buffs have not hit a field goal in the last 3.5 minutes. Fortunately, they've gone to the free throw line a number of times during that. But key right now is first, get the ball in bounds. Don't commit a turnover. Knock down your free throws.
I think regardless of the outcome tonight, Ray Booth got to be proud with the effort that her team has given. They're not going away easily.
But her team's in a position where they need wins.
Lady Buffs trying to win at home here for a 24th time. Taylor will play keep away from the Falcons, and then a foul called by De'Avian Spencer. So Taylor will walk to the line, get ready to take some big free throws. And she's made a lot of big free throws in her career here for West Texas A&M. That one was short, hit the front rim, 21.8 seconds to play. Makes the second. Burgess comes back in for the Lady Buffs. Falcons are out of timeouts. So now they have to push it down the court. Strong drive, layup is good. Wow, that's an explosive move by Kamari Portales. Ball inbounded quickly to Kane, and she's fouled. Munoz had to reach out and grab a jersey there. It's 68-65.
For Munoz, that'll be her 5th.
That's her 5th. Fans, let's have a nice hand.
She'll conclude the evening with 10 points.
How about
all in the second half?
And Kent, look at for the 5'5" guard. She had 9
rebounds.
Yep.
2 shots.
Yeah.
4
assists. Yeah, we're seeing the same thing here.
Good box score there for Avalon Munoz.
Kyla Kane at the line for the first time this evening. It's the first.
Big second free throw coming here for Kane. Knocked it down.
2 points for Kyla Kane.
8 points for Kyla, doubles her season average.
It's going to be a three-pointer from the top of the key on the line, but hit the front rim. Achenbacher tracks down the board with 3 seconds left. Will be fouled. And now this one pretty close to being over. And for the Lady Buffs, a 17th win on the season.
Allie Heyman picking up her first personal foul.
Had to fight hard for this one tonight. Here's a look at Coach Prock.
2 AOMS attempts for Carly Achenbacher.
And Carly good there at the free throw line. 7 of 10 tonight at the charity stripe.
Now you can set your sights on Saturday and Angelo State coming to town.
Both free throws good for Achenbacher. And was the timeout taken? Okay, I apologize. The Falcons did have a timeout. They didn't use the one earlier. They take this final timeout with 3 seconds left, and
drawing up that 7-point play.
Well, you got to go long. You got to score the touchdown and get the extra point. And if you're a Cowboys fan, that
extra point
easier said than done. Speaking of that, KJ, okay, so our Cowboys obviously not in the Super Bowl. Been a while, but you've got the Chiefs And you've got on the other side, the Philadelphia Eagles.
I mean,
what do you think on that one?
You know, that's one where I have a tough time pulling for Philadelphia, just going back to the Rex Ryan days. But you hand it to them. They are a strong team on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
You get them in short yardage situations, and they line up in that wedge formation. I'm trying to figure out why the rest of the NFL hasn't adopted that on 4th and short. They just get the ball to Hurts, and they push them from behind, and you go 3 yards, and you get a fresh set of downs or a touchdown.
And fly, Eagles, fly.
They are awfully good. Now, having said that, if you let Patrick Mahomes get outside the tackle box, he can do some amazing things.
Yep.
You know, I'm still questioning why Cincinnati did not rush the ends on that last offensive play Sunday to keep Mahomes in the pocket where he's not that effective.
All right, the Falcons don't get a shot off after the timeout. The final horn sounds, and the Lady Buffs are victorious tonight in a tough game here tonight over the UTPB Falcons. Final score 72-65. West Texas A&M extends the home win streak to 24 straight, and they look forward to a Saturday rematch against Angelo State. That one's going to be a big, big game right here at the First United Bank Center. We'll take a timeout, come back and have the post-game show for you. And don't forget, following this one, we'll have the men's game, WT against UTPB. We're back after this timeout on the LSC Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. The Lady Buffs get a win tonight, 2 wins in a row for WT, and they're back at home. Joining me is Lauren Taylor. 18 points tonight for Lauren, 5 rebounds, 4 steals as well. Lauren, talk about this win, 72-65 over a gritty UT Permian Basin team.
This game was really about getting back to our original goal. We want to finish strong, go out, win a natty, so it takes a lot of work and a lot of time. So we just refocused ourselves and prepared ourselves for this week.
So, Lauren, it's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen the Lady Buffs because you went on that long road stretch. You lost 3 or 4 games, but you fight through some adversity. You get that win at Midwestern State last Saturday. Talk about just the focus of this team as you've gone through some things, gone through some battles, and tonight you really had a good product in front of the home fans.
I think the adversity just really taught us how to bounce back, and we learned a lot. Early in the season, we were doing pretty well, hadn't faced some tough teams, hadn't faced some challenges. We got knocked down, but I feel like we learned a lot, and we're going up strong.
Talk about your defense tonight, especially the start of the game. You held them to just 7 points in the first quarter. That proved to be, at the end, really the difference in the game.
That's the main focus. We want to hold teams at least 1 quarter, single digits, because it helps us out in the end, especially if we're not shooting well. So defense has been a major focus for us this week.
Lauren, congratulations on the win. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
We'll bring in assistant coach Will Sherman, and I'll let Coach slide in here with me. Coach, a 7-point win, and a win's a win. Talk about this one. It was really back and forth. You get a strong start against the Falcons. They battle back there in that third quarter. They kind of got hot. And then in the fourth quarter, you finish off strong.
Yeah, I mean, it was a gritty win. A win's a win right now, and you just got to keep playing defense, not foul. I thought in the second and the third quarter we fouled a little too much. They scored a lot of points from the free throw line that we just got to clean up. You can't really do anything about some of those in-between calls. But you got to be proud of the girls for kind of just continuing to fight every single time.
We talked about on the broadcast, we really missed seeing you guys here at home. That was a long road stretch. How good did it feel tonight to be back at home at the FUB?
Yeah, it's nice to be home. We definitely are comfortable here in front of the fans. Feel like we have a good home court advantage right here. I think we have a little bit of a winning streak here right now going on, so it's always good to be home. It's always good to be home.
24 in a row at home here for West Texas A&M. Speaking of winning streaks, tonight the winning streak for LCU was snapped. Angelo State went on the road and they defeated LCU. So now you get Angelo State a rematch against the Rambells on Saturday right here on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get excited for that, that's awesome. I mean, they beat us at their place. It's our turn to give it back to them. They're ranked right now. I mean, our girls are going to be ready for that game. It's going to be a fight. And Angelo's a great team. They just beat a good team at home. I mean, they had over 100 games in a row, so it's our turn to beat Angelo.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight over UT Permian Basin.
Thank you so much.
All right. Will Sherman from the Lady Buffs as they win it tonight, 72-65, defeating UT Permian Basin. We'll take a timeout and wrap things up here and get you ready for the men's game.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Beef in the heart of Texas. The prairie
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
Lady Buffs win it tonight at home over UT Permian Basin. Final score 72-65. Congratulations to West Texas A&M head coach Josh Prock and the Lady Buffs. They improved the overall record to 17 wins, 6 losses, 10-5 in Lone Star Conference play. Meanwhile, the Falcons of UT Permian Basin fall to 10-12 overall, 7-9 in LSC play. Going over the statistics, just some things to look at. Lady Buffs finished the game shooting 40% from the field. They knocked down 7 threes. So did UT Permian Basin. What a hot third quarter. As you look at the box score, UT Permian Basin 30 points in the third quarter. Lady Buffs 27. So both teams really shot the ball well in that quarter. Fourth quarter, 16 points for the Falcons, 12 for WT. That first quarter proved to be the difference. 21-7. Lady Buffs got off to the hot start. Rebounds, Falcons out-rebound Lady Buffs by 3, 43-40. Turnovers, 14 turnovers for each team. Free throws were a big story. Lady Buffs knocked down 19 of 25. UT Permian Basin, 16 of 22 at the charity stripe. That fourth quarter just came down to some possessions where the Falcons needed some buckets. They went 3 trips in a row late in the fourth quarter where they got stops, but they could not get scores offensively. And credit the Lady Buffs defense in playing tough all night long against the Falcons. Individually, WT with 4 players in double figures, led by Lauren Taylor, who I visited with after the game. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals for Lauren Taylor, 7 of 8 at the free throw line for Lauren. 15 points for Carly Machenbacher to go with her 6 rebounds and 3 assists. 10 points for Asia Himer. Asia had 1 assist, had 2 rebounds. 10 points for Holly Stalder off the bench. So back-to-back double-digit scoring games for Holly. Steal for Stalder as well. 5 points and 10 rebounds for Nylam Thabach. 8 points for Kyla Kane. She made a start tonight, did a good job, got a steal as well. 4 points for Jayla Burgess. 2 points scored by Kamira Decker off the bench. For UT Permian Basin, 3 players scored in double figures, led by Holly Himmeline. 5 3-pointers knocked down to give her 15 points. Avalon Munoz, the point guard, nearly got a double-double. 10 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists for Munoz. She fouled out late in the game. 13 points for Alexis Quadman to go with her 13 rebounds, a double-double. She was big for the Falcons throughout the ball game. Was 4 of 7 from the field. 6 points for Morgan Helgeson, 5 points each for De'Avion Spencer and Kiara Flugents. Allie Heyman scored 3 points off the bench in the loss for UTPB. So again, the Lady Buffs have now won 24 in a row at home, and that sets up a big matchup Saturday afternoon right here at the First United Bank Center against the Angelo State Rambells. That does it for the women's game. We'll have a break, get you ready for the WT men.